All right. So now this is some stuff I've already talked about, and kind of off topic. This deleting of my channels, it fucks me up because it's like I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? If the video is still on my channel or not. Am I talking about somebody who hasn't been around for X amount of time? Am I talking about something that, they have no idea about because this video has been deleted and I forgot it got deleted and I never re-uploaded it? Fuck you very much to YouTube. I will have my revenge sevenfold because I've already gotten my revenge. But anyways, so here we are in this fucked up, weird ass world, and we have to ask ourselves, how did we get here? How do we get to this point to where there's just a bunch of people just not even wanting to be alive? Okay, that's just really the world we're living in. It's just people have just had it with life and Earth. And so anyway, so a lot of people are, doing all this research into Tartaria and the World Fairs and mudflood, repopulation, etc., etc. There's a lot of buzzwords connected to this, research into forbidden history, basically. Now, our history tells us that, even before the wheel was invented, people were creating these magnificent structures. They must have been using flint tools to create them. I mean, just the most absolute garbage lies that you could even imagine are being used as explanations for history. Okay? So we've been lied to. So what's the truth? Okay, well, one of the videos I was just watching was talking about how all of a sudden these super influential bloodlines like the Rockefellers, Habsburgs, whatever, they just all of a sudden just pop up. Okay, kind of out of nowhere. And more than likely they're just all the same entity. Okay. And so kind of where I'm focusing right now is like the 1800s, early 1900s. And when I really get into all this, I may start off with that time period. Okay? And not the beginning. Not Adam and Eve and Abel and Cain and Seth and whoever he married and Hisham begat what's his name? Methuselah and all that. Okay? Because now this time period was the repopulation time period, okay? And we know that one of the repopulators is Nyx. Now, Nyx has been a populator before, as far as the Greek gods and Egyptian gods are concerned. Okay, Nyx, or I guess Newt, as she's known. She's Nox in the Roman pantheon, and then she's Nut in the Egyptian pantheon. Okay? And in both of those settings, she gives birth to a shitload of beings. Okay? And one of the original gods there, like Zeus is a more recent god than Nyx. And so I'm saying, so here we are now, and all these pictures of all these kids on these orphan trains, at least the girls are Nyx. The boys are Nyarlathotep. So before Nyx became evil, she was populating the world with other beings. Now that she's become evil, she's populated the world with Nyarlathotep. That's her counterpart. And so as a result, this world is all fucked up. Okay, that's who, like, gave birth to, like, all of us. Okay? And so anyways, so I'm saying these test tube babies in this repopulation, we already know who these individuals are. Okay? It could be millions of motherfuckers, but they all have the same expression. Either the expression of, we're talking about the 1800s here, the expression of Nyx or Nyarlathotep. Now, these streets, even to this day, there's evidence of a mud flood. Okay? Even where I live, I guess any building built before whatever year, 1800 or whatever, a lot of times what's supposed to be the ground floor is actually beneath the ground. So it's possible that, yeah, there was some sort of cataclysm that wiped everything out. This is why you'll see all these streets are empty in a lot of these old pictures. And they try to explain it away and say, oh, well, cameras weren't that good back then, and if people were moving, it couldn't capture them. But that's just utter bullshit. I could, debunk it, but I'm just not even going to, because it's just a lie. And so anyways, so you've got these empty cities, okay, but then you have these world fairs with incubator babies being put on display, okay? I don't know what type of a sick world people were living in at that time to have a fair, like go to the fair, okay? Just go to your neighborhood fair, whatever, city fair, and imagine a bunch of incubator babies on display, people eating popcorn, turkey legs, whatever, and looking at these incubator babies. That was all part of how they repopulated the world. And people are finally starting to catch up. Maybe I'll make a playlist. I'll call it homework. You know what I'm saying for this? For what I'm talking about. So I can reference these 2 videos I've been watching. See, people are catching up to Arya. Okay? Now Arya is still 3 or 4 laps ahead of them, but they're starting to catch up. And so the video is talking about I guess, what if, the possibility, what if these incubator babies were how the world was repopulated. These orphan trains, just full of these just random ass kids. Who, you know, their abandonment, estrangement, or whatever was a result of disease, war, famine, poverty, or whatever. But yet, that poverty and war and whatever that coincides with the excuse being used for these orphans also coincides with this golden age where they were able to build all these amazing buildings. With wheelbarrows and horses and buggies and hand tools. That's what we're told. This is how dumb they think motherfuckers are. Or at least the boomers. Okay? And they didn't ask questions. You know what I mean? God bless them. They just kind of went along with all this shit for whatever reason that maybe we'll get into later. In another video, but yeah, these boomers are just completely like, they buy all this shit hook, line, and sinker. You know, these ancient civilizations and their wondrous cities and the remains and the ruins of which were built with, yeah, horse and buggy. Sometimes not even that. Because although these archaeological wonders were, you know, designed and engineered and executed, you know, they couldn't design and engineer and execute a wheel. That was before the wheel. See how stupid they try to make us look? And then end up making themselves look dumb. It's kind of off topic, but all y'all ever do now is tell on yourselves. Okay? So I'm in these comments and there's somebody in there saying, oh, but I'm Dutch and my family lineage goes back to the 1500s. Which, this is the only person who knows about their family lineage and family history. And they're being arrogant. So that tells me they're probably Nyarlathotep. Okay? And they're probably lying at that. They probably can't trace their lineage back that far. That's just another lie. And this is the only motherfucker in the whole comments who, I mean, all of us came from like broken families. Like, this shit is ridiculous. We don't know shit about anything beyond our great-grandparents. None of us do. So anyways, yeah, man. So I'm really digging into all this now. I'm getting my head around it. Yeah, expect more theoretical videos like this that don't really go anywhere until we get to the meat of it.